200 years after the Demerara Slave Revolt of 1823, President Dr. Muhammad Irfan Ali says the sacrifices of the martyrs were not in vain as they helped tip the scales of history in favor of freedom. As Guyana commemorates the bicentennial of one of the darkest and bloodiest events in our quest for freedom, President Dr. Muhammad Irfan Ali has called on Guyanese to be resolute in ensuring our democracy is strengthened so that our freedom can never be threatened. The President was on Friday speaking at the commemorative ceremony to mark the bicentennial anniversary of the 1823 Demerara Revolt.
As we commemorate the bicentennial of one of the darkest and bloodiest events in our people's quest for freedom, let us be resolute in ensuring that we strengthen our democracy and our nation's development so that our people's freedom can never in our lifetime or beyond be ever again be threatened.
The President reminded the gathering that more than 200 African slaves were slaughtered as a result of the revolt. He noted the restraint shown by the revolutionaries towards their colonial masters, but also described in graphic detail the brutality meted out to slaves as a result of the revolt. He said the revolt and its brutal suppression reached the British Parliament, which triggered reforms which eventually brought apprenticeship and eventually the abolition of slavery in 1838.
That freedom was not a privilege that was handed down, but which was earned through the blood, sweat, and exertions of our ancestors. It is a freedom we must never take for granted, and which we must zealously guard from the enemies within and outside of our borders. The protection and preservation of democracy must be a shield to safeguard our nation's freedom. Democracy is a vessel through which the voice of the people finds expression. The seeds of freedom flourish in the fertile soils of democracy, nurtured by respect for human rights and civil liberties. In turn, the tree of freedom provides shade to democracy, supporting an environment in which diverse perspectives can thrive. Dissent can be voiced without fear, and the people's choices are respected.
The President also urged especially young people who assemble at the monument to appreciate the significance of the Demerara Revolt.
This monument must not be misused or abused by activities which take place in and around it. This monument stands as a memorial to those who give their lives for our freedom, and therefore the grounds on which it is situated are considered as hallowed.
The activity was held at the 1823 monument on Atlantic Avenue, where the President also unveiled a new plaque on the monument, a commemorative stamp, a $200 coin, and the list of activities for the revolt's bicentennial anniversary. Prime Minister Brigadier Retired Mark Phillips, ministers of government, officials and members of the disciplined forces and diplomatic community were also in attendance.